Hello, everyone. How are you? Good to see you. Welcome to the Friday Night Showcase here at Ari's Tavern. Thank you so much for supporting live comedy. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. If you haven't been here before and you would like something to eat, the food here is amazing. So grab yourself some food. The people that are eating know that the food is amazing. So if you want some food, they do have food. When does the restaurant close? Is that 8? 8:30, so that restaurant closes at 8:30, so get yourself something if you want something to eat. Also, come on down to Ari's Tavern here at 5686 Pecos, Denver, Colorado. That's for the online audience. We also live stream this very same show at eugeshow.com, EUGESHOW.com. If you have some friends around the world that would like to see a comedy show, give them a text right now, hit them up on Facebook, tell them you are getting ready to see a comedy show, and they can see the exact same show you are getting ready to see right now. Also, later on, if you have a favorite joke, I'd like to tape it. I have a camera in the back, not during the show, but after the show, think of it. If you have a favorite joke, I'd like to tape it for a later project. So there you go. Thank you so much for coming to see the show. I am not going to host the show. I normally do host the show, but you guys have been so great. We have added extra shows to the Friday Night Showcase, so we have brought on extra host. Right now, your next host to come to the stage, a very, very, very funny young lady, very good friend of mine. Nicole McCormick is right there. Nicole McCormick is right there. Go get him, sweetie.
It's just hi. Hey! Hey, happy Friday! Ari's Tavern, how's everybody feeling? Yeah? I'm just kidding, I don't give a shit how you guys feel. I'm just joking. I'm kidding. So this is actually a really special night, you guys. This marks the 7th anniversary that I defeated the Big C. Thank you. Shit, yeah, I'll never forget where I was when I found out that I had the chlamydia. It was a dark, very dark day. Don't kid yourselves, that's still a really shitty phone call to get. You know, when your doctor calls and you kind of want to play it off like you have no idea how it happened. Like, what? Who? He's like, I don't know. It's a uterine wall. It's not a bathroom wall. They didn't carve their name up in there. Figure it out. Skank. I'm just kidding. My doctor doesn't really talk to me like that. Although I wish he did, because I think I'd probably make better life choices just based out of fear. You know, if he's like, all right, Miss McCormick, come on in, have a seat. Ooh, never mind. You've got a yeast infection. Gross. Noticed you've put on like 10, 15 pounds. You just giving up, are you? Yeah, not even gonna look for that second husband? You wanna die alone, do you fat fuck? Is that what's happening? For Christ's sake, will you do your Kegels? Your pussy's starting to hang like a sleeping fruit bat. Tighten that shit up. You know what, just get your shit and get out of my office. Just get! I want him to physically chase me out of his office, like kicking his orthopedic shoe right at my back. Preferably smoking a cigarette, just for effect. So, you guys excited that football season is back? Yeah. Got some Bronco fans. Who here plays fantasy football? Anyone play fantasy football? Yeah. I know. I tell you what, it is so refreshing to be able to pick a black dude out of a lineup and not have to like worry about your life like being taken. You know, you're just like, yeah, I feel good about this choice. I do. But it sucks when football's over, because then it feels like there's absolutely nothing on TV to watch. And I always end up watching really stupid shit, like I didn't know that I was pregnant, which should really be titled, Bitch, Yes You Did. Come on. I have a hard time believing that many toilet babies are born around this country. That sounds like an epidemic. So one of my other favorite shows is Long Island Medium. Anyone like that show? Yeah. If I could be anyone, I think, for a day, I would be the Long Island Medium. And I would just fuck with people, like, all day long. Like, I would give them, like, a really heartfelt, reading, like, hey, make them feel good about themselves. But then I would add, like, something extra to it. Like, your grandmother stepped forward. She wants me to tell you that she loves you very much, and that she also watches you masturbate every morning to the Food Network. And she said to stop using the Vaseline. It's not water soluble. You're going to start a small dick fire in your basement. Are you crazy? Does that mean anything to you? You know, she always does that. She gets that little cute little look on her face like, I'm talking to your dead grandmother. Cute. So I recently had a pregnancy scare, you guys. Oh, yeah, those are the worst, aren't they? Especially when they last all 9 months. It's like, Jesus Christ. But, it's scary because I don't even know if I want kids. I mean, I have two, but, like, wanting them and having them are two different things, right? Because I'm so afraid I'm going to, like, fuck things up. I don't want to ruin my kids' lives, But sometimes I'll just sit there watching them sleep, and, like, my heart will fill up with all this love. And I would give anything to draw a dick on their face. But I don't. I refrain. And that's how I know that everything's going to be okay, you guys. So you guys ready for some local comedy tonight? Yeah? Excellent. You guys seem a little warmed up. Before I bring your first comedian on, I do want to take a minute to acknowledge that this week we lost an incredibly talented and wonderful comedian and all-around person, Mr. Robin Williams. And so instead of doing a moment of silence, I just want everyone to make as much fucking noise right now as they can for him. So on the count of 3, do it. Throw a chair. I don't give a shit. For Robin Williams, 1, 2, 3. Rest in peace, good sir. All right, let's get this thing started. We got your first comic. He is from the Denver area, but he's been all over the world. He does have a comedy troupe called the Gangsta Bunnies, and they're going to be at the Bovine on September 8th. Give it up for Mr. Joe Hickman.
Thank you, everybody. Nanu. That was from work. All right. Great to be here. Have we got any designated drivers here tonight? Oh, I hope you guys have large vehicles because there's a lot of designated drinkers here tonight. All right. Well, I love sing-alongs. Does everybody love sing-alongs? Yeah, the problem is I can't sing. When I was in 2nd grade, we used to sing the Star Spangled Banner every morning in class. One day before class, the teacher came to me and she said, "Joe, please don't sing. Mouth the words." I was crushed. What a thing to say to an 8-year-old. I got even though. I burned down the school. Just kidding. Wasn't the whole school. Just my classroom, the cafeteria, the library, but that's where it stopped. I digress though. As I said, I love sing-alongs, but I can't sing. I'm on first. If I was to sing right now, I would clear the room. The rest of the comedians would be pissed at me. They'd take me up back and beat the crap out of me, so I don't want that to happen. But I thought it might be fun to do a joke-along. Everybody ready for that? It's going to be easy. You guys are going to get it really easy, so I want you to repeat after me, okay? How many jugglers does it take?
How many jugglers does it take?
To change a light bulb?
To change a light bulb.
Just one.
Just one.
But it takes 3 light bulbs. Oh, you guys crack me up. I could listen to you all night. All right, okay, let me start my routine. Anyway, I'm divorced. I've got 3 kids, 23, 20, 17. Those are the ones I know about. My oldest, well, first, let me ask this. How many people here have kids? I've got a few of you. Okay, those of you who do not have kids yet or have small children, let me give you a piece of advice. Sell them by the age of 12. I've run the numbers. I've created charts, graphs. After 12, cost-benefit analysis just tanks. You cannot give them away. Believe me, I've tried. Every Saturday morning, they were out there on the street corner with a sign, free to a good home. No takers. But I love my kids. I do. I have to. I've got a court order that says I do. I'm just kidding. I'd love them even without the court order. So my oldest, he's 23, very proud of him. He's up in Laramie right now. He works the night shift at Walmart stocking shelves, but he's in line for a promotion. No more stocking the Depends. He's going to be that guy in the blue vest that disappears around the corner just as you're about to ask him a question. My 20-year-old daughter, she lives with me. It gets a little awkward, though. I'm not sure whether she's brilliant or just lazy, but she washes the dishes when she takes a shower, which is very odd, and the dishes end up smelling like sensual amber, which makes dinner with her very, very awkward. When she was little, I used to tuck her in at night and kind of tell her stories as we tried to get her ready for bed. And as I told her the stories, though, she'd count my gray hairs, probably to try and go to sleep. So she'd be counting my gray hairs as I tucked her in. And didn't really care for that too much, but I got even. I'd tuck her in, tell her good night. I'd go over, look in her closet, and say, "Good night, Chucky." I've also got a 17-year-old son. A couple years ago when he was 15, I was taking him to meet his girlfriend for a movie, and we're driving there, and he gets a text, and he looks at me and he says, "Oh, she can't go. Her mother is being difficult. I took a shower for nothing." I said, "Son, you're a 15-year-old boy. No shower is ever for nothing to the people around you." Just recently, we were doing something, and I told him to wait a minute. Actually, wait a couple minutes, yeah. And he gave me this look, and then I realized, oh yeah, 2 minutes is 3 years in teenage time. But he gave me this look. And I looked at him, and I remembered that look, because I used to give it to my mom. That was that superpower that teenagers have that would turn anybody they gave that look to in a quivering mass of jelly. So he gave me the look. And I said, "Something wrong, son? Does your tummy hurt?" So he heightened the look. "Oh, do you not feel good? Do you have to go poopies?" I love messing with teenagers. Yes, I am a good dad, but it's a court order. Anyway, as you can see, they've given me great hairs. I've got a lot of experience. I'm getting up there in years. In fact, I could die at any minute. I could die right here on the stage. I just hope if I do have a heart attack on stage, I don't do it at the beginning of my set, because the way comedians are now, you guys could just think it's some avant-garde experimental comic theater, and I could be laying there for 10 minutes, and you guys could be enjoying the hell out of it. So anyway, but based on the benefit of my experience, I've come up with Hickman's rules for living. I've been accumulating them, and I want to pass them on to people so they can learn from my experience. Rule 1, drink grapefruit juice first thing in the morning. After that, your day can only get better. A new one, drink grapefruit juice with vodka first thing in the morning. After that, your day can only get a lot better. Another rule, it's okay to talk to yourself. It's even okay to ask yourself a question and answer it. The problem comes when you say something to yourself and then say, "Huh? Come again?" Then you got a problem. Another rule, never use sarcasm to a guy named Tony the Blade Scarpetti. Doesn't work. Never put a square peg in a round hole. It hurts, even with lubrication. Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It doesn't really hurt. All right. Speaking of work, which I wasn't, but that's a way of segueing into this bit. 3 weeks ago, a group of us from work went up Gray's Peak, one of the 14ers in Colorado. Our VP thought it would be a great team-building experience. Wonderful. Put us in a situation where some of us can die. It sounds more like a team decimation exercise. You'll learn to rely on each other. If by rely on each other you mean we'll figure out who we would eat first, yeah, that should do it. Has anybody here climbed 14ers? Anybody? Oh, good. We've got some people who've done it. I have a question for you. What the hell are you thinking? I mean, I've heard all the reasons. I've heard them all. I climb it because it's there. Or, dude, I put my body and my will against the mountain. When I get to the top, I just look down and go, bitch, you're mine. And my favorite, my friend said when we get to the top, I can take a really awesome selfie. So for those of you who have not done a 14er yet, don't. Get a plastic bag, put it over your head, have somebody slam your knees and your thighs with a sledgehammer, the effect will be the same. The terrain is brutal. You know, slippery rocks, boulders the size of Chris Christie. I mean, I was almost spilling my scotch as I was going up that. And oxygen? Forget about it. Oxygen molecules are not stupid. They stay down at lower elevation where it's warm. My cigar kept going out. I take 10 steps and have to relight it. So anyway, I spent a lot of time on the mountain, and I had a lot of time in my delirious state to try and think of ways to improve the 14er experience, and I came up with a few. Number one, Starbucks. If I'm going to work that hard to get to the top, I want a caramel macchiato when I get there, at least a venti. Number two, no 17-year-olds on the mountain. They're bouncing from rock to rock, whooping like madmen, jumping like mountain goats, running up the mountain, down the mountain, at least until one of them's throat runs into my elbow. What's wrong? Can't breathe? Not enough oxygen? Welcome to the club, bucko. Number third thing to improve the experience. One word. Escalators. I did come away from the experience with 2 additional rules to add to my Hickman's Rules for Living. Rule number 1. Don't be the first person to drop out on a 14er. Number 2. The thigh is the juiciest, most flavorful cut on the human body. Thank you all. You've been great. I've had a great time. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Crazy old man Hickman, guys. He's anti-exercise and pro-Hawaiian shirt. Give it up for him. Good job. All right, we're going to keep this moving. Our next comedian came all the way from Fort Collins, and he is the host of the podcast Ghost P. Give it up for Mr. Nick Holland.
Hey, Aries, how you guys doing? Yeah. I gotta say, that last comic really made me terrified of aging. I'm not sure if that was his intention, but I don't want to do it. I'm just gonna stop right now. Just stay in this moment forever. I bet some of you guys wish you'd thought of that. I have a car. Do any of you guys own cars? Yeah, that's some common ground we have here. So I was driving in my car just a couple weeks ago, and this police officer. I happen to be in the city of Boulder at this point in time, and this police officer starts following me, and they start following me for like 5 blocks, and I was going the speed limit. Because I always go the speed limit in Boulder because I'm lost whenever I'm in Boulder. And so I'm just driving along and I'm like, Did I miss it? No. A one-way? What the? This could totally be two-way. And so I'm just rolling along, and I also happen to be, believe it or not, absolutely sober. It was pretty uncomfortable. Lost, driving the speed limit, sober in Boulder, Colorado. But I see this cop. It's like, yep, still there. Still there. Have I missed it yet? No, it's still there. Oh, God. Well, would they just pull me over already so I could ask them for some directions? Whoop, whoop. That was the noise of me being pulled over, for you guys who weren't keeping close enough track. And so I pull onto a side street, and the cop gets out. It's a lady cop. She comes up. She's like, license, insurance, proof of registration, please. And I start fumbling through my wallet and car, glove compartment, all of the places where maybe you keep those things, and finding a lot of them, like way too many of them. Like, oh, this is my insurance from 3 years ago. I don't know why I'm holding on to that. 4 years ago, wrong direction. And I had lots of registration for my car and lots of insurance for my car. But I was having trouble finding the right one. And I was wondering what pack rat mentality has caused me to hold on to these things. Because the officer is never going to be like, proof of your 2009 registration, please, just to mess with you. And so I'm like, where is it? And I'm shuffling through, and then she interrupts me and says, sir, I noticed that you have a knife on the floor of the passenger seat of your car. I'm going to go ahead and suggest that you not reach for that. And I look, and I'm like, oh shit, I do. And I'm still shuffling through, and so just verbal diarrhea. First thought in my head, I'm like, well, lady, honestly, that knife's pretty blunt. I'd be way more worried about the channel lock wrench right next to it. I mean, I think if I could get my hands on that, I could hurt you a lot worse, a lot quicker. And then I realize what I've just said. And I look at her, and she looks at me, and she takes like 2 steps back. Her hand starts to hover down. And I'm like, this civilian police officer contact has just gotten real negative all of a sudden. Thank God I was blessed with this quick tongue, because after I ate her out, she let me off with a verbal warning. But she did tell me that the stickers on the back of my license plate said that my registration was expired. Apparently, the sticker for the month had fallen off or been taken off by a drug addict, who knows what, and displayed the month 5, which is May, which obviously puts this story in July, which means that my month-long grace period had passed. Even though, when I eventually found the correct registration, it did say that I was good through July of 2014. And she said, well, that doesn't matter. It's just illegal to not have proper tags displayed. And so I'm like, okay, I'll deal with this at some point in the nearish future. And the next day I'm back up in Fort Collins, and I get some dinner with some friends in Old Town. It's an old part of town we have up there. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Fort Collins. It's one of the older parts of town. And I'm parked there for an hour and a half enjoying dinner, and I walk back, and when I get back to my car, there's this little blue envelope tucked in front of my windshield. And I don't know if it means the same thing down here. But in Fort Collins, it means, hey, friend, you owe the city $35. Your tags weren't up to date. I say, oh, darn, they got me. All right, I'll deal with it. I'll deal with it next Tuesday. That seems like a good day to do it. And I'll just hide my car in alleys, back up to dumpsters, do things like that in the meantime. Flash forward to Tuesday, I go to the office, the county recorder's office, and sit in line with a bunch of other grumpy people for about an hour and a half. And I bring all my stuff up, and I get there, and I'm like, hey, I used to be registered in Boulder County. I'd like to register in Larimer County. Here's some proof of residence. Here is my valid proof of insurance. Here is my registration that is about to expire. Here is my valid driver's license. She doesn't even look at any of it. And she says, well, you need an emissions test to register in Larimer County. And that, her sentence in my head, it's just like, say, well, at least give me the sticker. She says, no, sir. No sticker without an emissions test. And I'm like, but a drug addict stole my sticker that says 7, and I just have a sticker that says 5 on the car, and so I'm past my grace period, which isn't even really my grace period, but people walking around think it's my grace period. And then I realized that despite how crowded the county recorder's office was, that when you yell there, everyone can hear you. And then they gave me a sticker that said 7. I was like, all right. Sometimes getting aggressive in government offices does go your way. And then so with a little bit of a spring in my step, I'm like, oh, I'll get an emissions test sometime later. And I walk back. I walk out to my car parked in front of the county recorder's office. What do you think I had on my car? A little blue envelope. You guys are absolutely right. How much do you think the ticket inside said I owed the city now? $35. Yeah, there's a consistent system. There's a defined logic to this shit. And then all of a sudden, I just see red. I go blind. I think I fall on the ground, start speaking in tongues briefly. When I come to, I'm patrolling up and down the block with my channel lock wrench in hand, just being like, where is that cat? Where is he? I'm gonna explain my situation to him, and it's all gonna be okay. Didn't find him. Got high, went to work. I work for the state. It's practically law, And I thought real hard about what I was going to do. And I drove to the parking services office people, because they're, of course, the fiends writing these tickets. And I solved my problem. And I solved my problem with this little magic 2-word trick that I'm going to teach you guys. It's actually a rapid succession of these words, but it's only these 2 words. But you go to some place where you're having a problem, and you ball up your fists like you're a baby or something, just an infant child right in front of you. And then you say only the words, help and towels. Help. Help. Help, towels. Towels, towels, help. Help, towels. Help. Help, help, towels. And I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, no matter what situation you're in, no matter where you are, 3 things are going to happen. 1, everybody is going to forget what the initial circumstances of you being there are. 2, everyone is going to give you an extra large bubble of personal space. 3, within 3 to 6 minutes, you're going to have a lot of towels. You keep it going for 10 minutes, you're going to have every towel in the building. 15 minutes, they're running across the street to get more towels. As I'm just shoving all of the towels they've brought me, just down both the front and back, putting them up my pant legs, just creating the most vivid image for these people. I just look at the little blue envelopes there, and I go, tear them up, tear them up. And they did. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you solve problems. The adult way. It's probably my time. I think that's my time. That's my time. Thank you.
Nick Holland. All right. Woo! Okay, we're going to have a couple of announcements before we bring our first comedian up. First of all, we have a birthday girl, Sophia. Sophia, happy birthday. She's 13 years old today, so buy her a drink. Also, I want to remind everybody to please take care of the staff here at Ari's. They are working their asses off. Melissa, Mike, and Joelle. So give it up for them. Don't forget there is a very special place in hell for those of you that do not tip well, so please take care of the staff. All right, our next comedian. This is their very first time on the stage, so you guys are witnessing something extremely special. I don't have much info on this person, but ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Old Man Chester.
I think this is ice cream. What flavor is it? Hard as rock. Did you make this? You made this. It's burned as hell. Yup. Stop cooking. Please. I had 5 siblings. I'm an only child. Stop cooking. Message? Gotten? Yes? Okay. Stop. Okay. Okay. Why am I here? Who are you? Why are there so many? They're staring at me. Why? Why won't you answer me? There's so many. Hello? What's your name? They're not answering. It's just like kindergarten all over again. Hello, what's your name? Stupid kids. Beat them with a stick. I don't know why they stopped doing that. I don't. Class went by so much quicker. Get your homework done. Go sit in the hall. Don't you ever show up in my class again. Okay, next lesson. Wait, why am I here? You're not answering me. Answer me. Go sit in the hall. Go. I'll shorten you again. Like I sharted on the bus, and your purse, and on the kids, and you still owe me babysitting money, and I sharted on that, and the credit card, and in your car. I sharted in my pants too. You're gonna need to get me more diapers. Not those Skittles though. Those aren't diapers, you dumbass. Bad, dumbass, bad. Why am I here? Okay, am I done now? Can I sit down? My feet hurt. And they're talking. Bad kindergartner, sit down. Sit. Sit. Where is he going? We'll just wait for him to come back. Oh, there goes another one. They're just leaving. Dicks. Oh, hey! Now they're coming back. No, those aren't the dicks. Do you think they're peeing in bushes? They have a bathroom. Come back! The party's in here. God, they're dumb. Peek through the window, see what they're doing. Can't see through all the purple and green and the neon lights. Shiny lights, like those lights. They're rainbows, aren't they pretty? They're pretty, prettier than your dress. So pretty. Why am I here? Okay, can I sit down now? Is it time? I've been up here long enough? Okay, bye. Good enough.
Old Man Chester, you guys thought Joe Hickman was a crazy old man. I'm looking at you. All right, we're going to bring up our next comedian. He's a regular here at ours. You've probably seen him here quite a bit. But you can most often catch him on the side of the road because he doesn't know how to put fucking gas in his car. Ladies and gentlemen, give a warm welcome to Michael Martich.
Yeah, that's Nicole. Fuck her. So, good job, first time. So everybody, a round of applause, please. All right. So, how many parents we got in here? Couple. Nobody wants to admit it, right? All right, so we'll talk about social services a couple times tonight. Mostly because, I blame my parents and the school system for me being up here. So, how many people as teenagers decided, to be a great idea to challenge your parents? It happens. Yeah, my friend of mine in the audience is saying no because his mom and dad were farm parents and they would beat the crap out of him. So my first time as a teenager with my mom, I decided at 16, 17 years old, I no longer had to listen to her because I'm an adult, sort of. So she told me what I needed to do, and I said, listen, bitch, I don't have to do that. And I did say bitch. And she didn't say anything, which scared the shit out of me. And I was like, Mom, I'm sorry. She's like, no, honey, don't worry about it. You need to sleep sometimes. So about 3 o'clock in the morning, my door flies open, light goes on, she slaps me on the forehead and says, sleep tight. Like you're going to fucking sleep after that. So then I try with my dad at some point. My dad's big guy, big strong guy. And I'm on one end of the table, and my dad's on the other end of the table. And my dad's, talking about stuff. I'm like, Dad, you know what you need to understand is I'm young and I'm fast and I'm close to the door. So there ain't shit you could do. And at that point, he flung the table up in the air, which landed on me. And then he ran over to me and he's like, how did that fucking work out for you? Which I got him back because I heard my mom in the back of the house go, what the fuck just happened? And my dad was a big chicken shit with my mom. So it pretty much started from there that I knew that at some point, if I ever became a parent, that social services would be involved. Most anybody who knows me knows that pretty much I shouldn't have kids, be married, or anything attached to it. So I used to think it was funny to tell my kids when they did something wrong that I would take a digital picture of them and that I would put them on eBay. Which was funny for a little while till we were over at Grandma's house, and Grandma's like, Michaela, what do you want for your birthday? And Michaela's like, I want an American Girl doll. She says, well, let's go on eBay and we'll look for one. And my daughter started bawling. At this point, I'm trying to back towards the door and get the fuck out of the room because I know I'm in deep shit. And my wife is going, she's just smiling because she knows I'm in a world of crap at that point. So my daughter's explaining, I don't understand, or, crying and saying, I don't know what I did wrong, Grandma. And Grandma's looking at me like, what's going on? And I'm like, I don't know. Kids lie. Which is the truth, right? So it gets steadily worse as a parent. I mean, you try to do the right thing, but when you got parental, things going on in your life, and for me, I watched my dad one time, I was a little kid, and this is where I believe that it starts, and that's why I blame my parents for the way I ended up. is that my dad's reading the paper, my mom's cooking dinner, or cooking breakfast, I'm playing on the floor, and my mom says, Mike, what would you like? That's my dad. I'm Junior. And Dad's like, make whatever you want, bitch. He doesn't know I'm under the table. So all I see is these legs walking across, and then my mom standing next to my dad, and I don't know what's going on, and then I hear the sound of metal banging on my dad's head. And it's the frying pan. My dad hits the ground, looks at me, and goes, never call your mom a bitch. Of which I have explained I did not do very well. So that's basically all I'm jumping into tonight as far as my new material. So I'm going to call Nicole up here, and thank you guys very much. And I will see you guys next time.
Michael Mardich, world's worst son. The entire world. All right, we are going to bring up our next comedian. We have a lady for you. She's taken some time off. Typically that means prison, but not in this case. So please give a very warm welcome to Miss Jen Kosheka.
Round of applause for Nicole again, holding down the fort tonight. Well, as we talked about earlier, comedy lost a hero this week, but I feel like tonight we're all a little closer to Robin Williams, not because we're at a comedy show and laughing, but because it kind of feels like we're in the movie Jumanji. It's like a rhinoceros coming out of the wall over there, if you guys haven't seen him. Do you hear the drums? I don't know. I don't really remember that movie. Hi, I'm Jen Kosheka, and I like my men like I like my coffee. Kind of sweet with an underlying bitterness. I like my men like I like my coffee, accompanied by a lawsuit when they burn me. I like my men like I like my coffee. Black. No, I'm just kidding. I don't date black guys. That's gross. Okay, so a lot of comedians will tell kind of racist material and then use the whole fallback of, it's cool, I can tell that joke because my best friend is black. I just want to state for the record, I do not have a single friend who's an ethnic minority because I'm not a racist. No, that works. But I do shop at Walmart. I do. Was there at like midnight the other night, and I saw this grandmother helping her granddaughter pick out condoms. Yeah, but all I could think was, good on you, Granny, making sure your mistake doesn't make a mistake. Just good looking out. Good looking out. I was a little down in the dumps while I was shopping, so figured I'd buy myself a little treat, a little pick-me-up, and got me one of those shake weights. Yeah, and my thighs are really feeling the burn. I'll just let that one sink in. I'm not using it properly. No, but ladies, when you're buying your own personal friend, keep in mind there is a definite difference in size between the white shake weight and the black shake weight. So. Full circle on the racism. Call back. Guys, my ex-roommate and I, we had to find a new place to live. We went our separate ways because we had a kind of scary experience. It was late one night, and I just hear her yelling in her bedroom, just screaming, get out of my bedroom! And I just rush in with the first object I can find, and it was my new shake weight. And there was this intruder in her room, and I was like, It's a little top heavy, haven't you still learned it? But out you, or I will. Well, you know what? I will just use this for about 10 minutes a day for the next 4 to 6 weeks, develop a really nice bicep, and then come right back in here and pop you in the nose. he backed away because it was the black shake way. Ladies. But we called the cops. They arrived like 30 minutes later. They're looking through our place. They're like, you know what, ladies? This back hallway is kind of hard to get to. The front entranceway is kind of open, easy to get at. So my guess is this guy knew where he was going, what he wanted. So, and this is a direct quote. He said he was probably just here to rape you. Oh, thank God, officer. Christina, he was probably just here to rape you. My mind has been put at ease because my 19-inch TV VCR combo means far more to me than my roommate's virtue. And that's how you tell a rape joke, Daniel Tosh. What? Topical comedy from like 12 months ago, which actually equals a year, but I don't do math because I'm a girl. Just thought I should throw that out there for any of you fellas. I'm a woman. Kind of just forget what I want to talk about next, so this is called stalling. Oh yeah, when I moved out, I said, hey, I need some defense. I'm gonna get a security system, so I went out and I bought a couple of rats because who wants to rape a girl with rats? Nobody will even touch me when I tell them that. But I was told when you get two different rats, if they're not from the same like litter growing up, you have to rub vanilla on them so that they can smell each other and they'll smell the same and they won't try to fight each other and kill each other. And I was wondering if that's also how Axe body spray works. Come at me, bro. Come at me. Wait, is that douchebag number 5? No, you're not my bra. You're my brother. Come here. And then they hug. And they're friends. Oh, fellas, I have a question for you. And it's not, do you wear Axe body spray? How do we feel about hand jobs? Took a minute. There's like one guy like, yeah, it's all I can get. Yes. Because I'm a woman, and to me, a hand job is kind of like getting the yellow starburst. Right? Like, you're going to take it if it's the first color that pops up in the pack, but you probably would have preferred holding out for the pink. Personally, Mom would rather give the pink because she don't need no carpal tunnel. It's hype for a living. And this is also how I give hand jobs, so fellas. And that's how I end them. You're welcome. Take a bow. Flourish. I got nothing else, really. It's been a while since I've been up on stage, so I'm just going to end with this. I'm a little bit of a drinker. I enjoy my alcohol, but I will say it's better than like having my vice be just eating food all the time, because the guys are way hotter in AA than they are in Overeaters Anonymous. So. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all have been amazing. Let's give it up for Nicole. Awesome room. HugeShow.com. Thanks for having me, Eugene.
Janko Shaka. Well done, Mama. Nice. We're going to keep the lady train rolling. Our next comedian is a kind of a local celebrity, and she also travels all over the world. I'm going to help you bring that box. Put that down. Put it down. I'm going to help you. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the delightful, the adventurous Miss Sonne Shields.
Sorry guys, I have a gimpy leg. It's going to take me a minute to get up there. Thank you for waiting. All right, guys, you ready to have some fun? Yeah. Are you ready to hear some jokes? Yeah. Well, I apologize because I don't have any. I have stories, and I also have ADD. It's always dirty disorder. If anything sounds dirty, chances are it is. Okie you see my fun box? Do you know why I named it that? I like to keep my junk in there. I do have a lot of fun stuff in my box. I don't always dive into it. So I'm asking for crowd participation tonight. As long as, if I keep talking after you've said something, I don't really care what you said. But if I do this, it means say it again. Are y'all with me? You can handle that? Okay. So I mostly tell stories. Now Mike, my friend here, told me a better story about my leg. Do you guys want to know what happened to my leg? Are you curious why I have this bionic leg going on? Have you seen the gruesomeness that is this incision? Yummy. Well, Mike said I was inline skating, riding a rail, and I totally took a tumble and fell on a pebble. Was it a pebble that I landed? A boulder. My knee hit a boulder, and I popped a chunk of cartilage the size of a dime off the back of my kneecap. Now, what really happened is I was moving the bench out of the back seat of my van, which is the lovely blue, what I call my do-wagon outside. It's Dewey the do-wagon. This is the real story. I'm sorry it's not as good. So I was moving the bench out in a really deep bend, right? And I just bumped the corner of the door. You'd think my body was stronger than that, right? But they have technology. They can rebuild me. So what they did was, you guys saw the picture. If anybody else is a little gruesome and you want to see the photo of my knee opened up and my kneecap flipped over, I'll show you. These, not so much over here, maybe back there. So anyway, they cut me open, flipped the kneecap over, put a little bit of pig membrane of some sort, because apparently we most closely mimic swine. maybe monkeys second. Anyway, so they put a little swine manhole cover over the void and injected cartilage cells. So if you guys could just take a minute and project love and light to my knee. See it glowing. It's healing. Everybody, help me heal. You guys are so good to me. Thank you. Big round of applause for the healing that just happened in this room. Thank you all very much. So I like to tell stories, but sometimes I like to sing them. You guys cool if I sing to you? All right. Okay. You guys familiar with the song Ice Ice Baby? Okay, I changed the words, so follow along. You ready? All right, stop. Tip back your drinks and listen. My name is Sonne. Could I have your attention? Something grabbed a hold of me tightly. I toured across the country daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? I don't know. People just ask. And I go to the next stop. I fix your house like a lesbian. Light up the stage. I become a comedian. Usually I do a little dance with that, but it's a little hard with the leg straightened. This is only about 18 days ago, so you guys feel really privileged that I gimped it out here for you tonight, right? You feel good about that. I'm glad you feel so. I'd like to say thank you to Eugene, because it is an awesome room. You guys filled it up. Are you guys doing all right in the back? Can you hear me and see me okay? We could just get like a cordless mic, and I could have a healed knee. I would totally run through you guys and sing, but we'll try that later. Somebody catch me if I fall. So I am a mild celebrity. I'm famous. It's mostly up here. I am so cool in my head. But I was on a TV show called All American Handyman on HGTV. Anybody heard of it? Don't feel bad. I never heard of it either. Until there was a casting call downtown Denver, so I watched every single episode I could, right? I was like, I'm charming, I'm handy, in more ways than one. So just ask my fiance. She got it. Thank you. Thank you. I'll slow down for you guys. So there's a casting call for this show, right? And I'm like, I'm handy, I'm charismatic, I'm gonna go try out for this. So I end up getting a spot on this show. How cool is that? They fly me to LA and I compete with 7 men and 3 women from all across the country. Guess how many people came from Colorado though? We are awesome. 3 people came from Colorado. We all came together because it's better to come with someone else than by yourself. Always dirty, baby. Thanks for being in the gutter with me. I like you guys. So, this show came from Canada. So Mike Holmes and Scott McGalver, you know who those guys are? Mike Holmes is like the make it right, scary blonde guy. He's famous. You guys don't know Mike Holmes? Thank you. Thank you. And then Scott McGalver's a pretty boy that has like this show called Income Properties. And then Anitra Megadon's like our cheerleader. She was like, I don't know if you've seen Megadens, but if you see it, you'll know what I mean by that. Just watch it. That's her favorite maneuver. We're gonna build today. Sorry. She just possessed me for a minute. I'm sorry about that. So, I actually ended up winning the show, All American Handyman. I'm the first woman to hold the title All American Handyman, and I think it's appropriate that I'm a lesbian. If you guys didn't know I was a lesbian, we'll go over the cues in a little bit, okay? But I can operate and maneuver every piece of equipment that a man can. If anybody was a little slow on that one, that was a strap-on joke. Strap-on joke. Does anybody in here have toys, strap-ons, dildos, butt plugs? She turns the other way and raises her hand. Back to me, she's like, don't look, but it's me. One person admitted, it's okay, I got Select-A-Size at home, okay? It's like, what would you like, the finger? No, wait, we need to play Name That Dildo. Are you guys ready? I have a blue dildo, or strap-on. What would you name a blue strap-on? Close? Come on, she's a lady. She's a lady. Whoa. Do I want to screw my fiance with a Papa Smurf or Smurfette? What would you prefer? God, you boys. Okay, so I've got a large red strap-on. What would you call that? Thank you! I was going to say think gum. Think gum. Big red. Winner. Okay, this last one, I'm going to give this t-shirt that I just spray painted outside. A half-assed neon dyed it here. It's a little bit. It says the Sonne Do Tour. It's okay if you can't read it. I know what it says. Silver strap-on. What would you call a silver dildo? The silver bullet, 'cause it's guaranteed to fill her up and never let her down. Thank you. Now wait, I was talking about a TV show. I'm sorry, I got distracted by sex toys. What's your favorite toy called? The only one that raised their hand to admit that they had a sex toy in the room. Double-headed pussy pleaser, what is it called? Double dildo? You don't take the time to name the most, like... Apparently you're not as close to your sex toys as I am. It's all right. Boys name their members. Boys name their members ridiculous things. Have you guys... Okay, I'm going to be distracted again if we still have time to take this little detour. I need to get back to the whole thing about the TV show, though. Okay, remind me, somebody. So... There's this web page where men go to tell people how they like this product that is used for male hair removal, right? Apparently you're not supposed to use it on the Franken Beans. But what is it, a trouser, one-eyed trouser turtle with a turtleneck? No, purple-headed yogurt thrower, is that? Okay, what, Sergeant Slaughter and her two lovely daughters was one? These men use all these names to describe their junk because they have put this stuff that you're not supposed to put on your most holy of holes in that area. I'll bring a list with me next time. I have a whole lot that I really like. Oh, 100% beef thermometer was one. All beef thermometer was one of them. So if you don't name your sex toys, you just know that the men around here have named their stuff. Ladies don't do it as much. But anyway, we need to get back to this show thing because I have important things to share with you. And I don't know if you've ever been on stage, but sometimes you forget, right? You were funny as shit, by the way. I don't know how funny shit is, but it felt good saying that. Okay. Remember, I have ADD, so I get distracted. Stuff. So, on this show, I found my wings, okay? I couldn't go back to life at the Home Depot as I knew it. Are they straight? It's all right, I'm not either. So, I came back home after this show aired, right? And they're like, oh, by the way, don't tell anybody you won for 6 months. Fuck that! Oh my God! You knew. My beautiful fiance, Miss Maddie, is sitting over here. She got play-by-play almost every day. Like today, we were building a doghouse, and Mike Holmes, he told me, I was building a rectangular doghouse, and he said, hey, Sonny, nice box. And I said, thanks, Mike. I just had her waxed. He wasn't very scary after that. He just turned a little bit redder than he normally is and shut up. So... I love that man. He's a good friend of mine. He's just not answering my phone calls lately. But I am trying to work on my own show. So let me get the most important details out, and then I'm going to sing you a Little Mermaid song to say goodbye, okay? So I won the show, couldn't tell anybody, so I had to get the hell out of the country, all right? I went to Europe, Amsterdam, Spain, France, Italy. I told every European I met that I won All American Handyman. Sprechen Sie English? Nah, come have a beer. Come here, let me tell you a story. You don't need to understand, just smile. Smile. So I got back home, the show aired, and I was like, sweet, I get a development deal from HGTV. That means, like, we're going to shoot Sunny Spot or The Sunny Side or something, right? I'm going to have my own TV show. No. They gave me some money, though, so that's not bad. 10 grand. You know what I spent it on? The blue van, sex toys. No. We need to get a new harness, though. I mean, we got to go shopping sometime. If y'all see one or have any recommendations, we'll talk after, okay? Damn it, where was I, sex toy distractor lady? $10,000, thank you. Somebody's keeping track for me. So I got my webpage up, which is sonneshields.com. It's spelled funny, though, so you've got it on the shirt. I'll give you guys cards and stickers if you like. Talk to me after all the comics get up and be funny. Or just look at my van outside. The webpage is on there. Come on, make a little effort for me, people. All I need you to do is be on Team Sunny. So down. So I wrapped my van, and people had written to me on Facebook. I had like 70 inbox. I like when people put messages in my box. I don't know how I missed 70 of them. On Facebook, you have your inbox and your other box. Not a lot of people know they have an other box. So check that box when you go home for me, please. I love saying the word box. I'm sorry. So I decided, people contacted me from all over the country, and they're like, hey, if you're ever in Kenosha, Wisconsin, come visit. I would love for you to help me put in a new sink. Kenosha? Woo! One person's from Kenosha? No? Just a random woo. Thank you. All right, do that again later. I went through Texas. I went all over, 24,000 miles, right? Was it 240, 24,000? Anyway, it was a lot of driving. That's all I got to say. So you guys don't really know what it takes to get ready for a cross-country tour, I think. I wasn't going to see my girl for I don't know how long. So her and I played with my box for 3 days. Sanded it, screwed it, nailed it. Fucking eased those edges. All my tools can fit inside of it. And if you want, you can come to my van later and I'll show it to you. You can even sleep on top of it, touch it, sign it. It's durable. It's a toolbox. Now you got to come see it later. Okay, back on track, people. Were you keeping track where I was going with this? Tour, box. TV show. No, wait. I'm going to be on Ellen. She just doesn't know it yet. So if any of you guys have know a distant cousin of hers or her babysitter from when she was younger, give them a call. Say Sonne Shields is the All American Handyman. She helps people all over the country. This is the show concept. You guys ready for my commercial? Are you ready? Yeah. Okay. It would help if I could bend this knee, but I'm going to try to be dramatic for you, okay? Hi, America! My name's Sonne Shields. I just won the title All American Handyman on HGTV. And now, I want to help you. Do you have a honey-do list? Well, if you do, I want to make it my sunny-do list. That is clever! I'm traveling cross country. I might be in your town next, but here's the catch. I'm bringing my dog with me. I need a place to sleep, food to eat. I want to know why you live in your town. Take me to your favorite karaoke joint. Take me to your favorite sushi bar. We are going to have some fun. Get ready for the Sonne Do Tour. That's why I got it on my shirt, and on my headband, and on my van. I am a walking advertisement. I need you guys to go home and set your TiVo. Sonne Shields, Because the more of you that ask for me, I mean, come on, guys. I'm a lesbian, so I appeal to the logo people. I'm a comedian. You got your entertainment. HGTV, I can build just about anything. My specialty is box building and maintenance, but I can build just about anything with wood. Wait, that sounds bad. Anyway, so you got your HGTV and your DIYers. I got my dog, so you got your Animal Planet. The only thing that could make this show any better is if I was a little person. So I don't care who you are, they're fun to watch. That was bad. You have a little person friend, don't you? She's like, Julia would not like that joke. All right, so what do you guys need to know next? I'm working, my main focus in life besides healing, because, you know, I had to take care of my health, which really sucks, because I'm a doer. I like to make do lists myself. My favorite do to get done is that girl right there. Check that box all day. Sorry, I went down gutter town again. Let me see. What else should you guys know? I could end with my Little Mermaid song now. I would really love for you guys to Google my Yahoo so I can Twitter your Facebook. I believe in spreading that kind of joy. So just put a request in my box and I will check it out. So I don't know. I know that the federal judge, or a federal judge, ruled that the whole like no gay marriage thing was unconstitutional. I know that Boulder's given marriage licenses, but I think that Denver is still not. Anybody aware? Anyone know? Well, we'll just act as though it's still not legal, because this song acts as though it's not legal. Okay, okie-dokie. So this is a Little Mermaid song that I've changed a couple verses to share with you tonight. Are you excited about that? You are? I feel the energy. I feel it. Okay. Oh, I should give away one more free thing, though. Who has... Well, you know what? I think since you're the only person that admitted that you have a sex toy, you can have these elbow pads. I'm not sure. You could probably use them for your knees, too. Okay. I think they're smalls, so good luck. Okay. Little Mermaid, guys. Get in the zone. I'm Ariel, all right? And yes, the carpet does match the drapes, if you're wondering. I don't know about you. We'll talk. Okay. Look at our rights. Aren't they neat? Civil union will make our love complete. Look at us gays, yeah, you say. They've got everything. We've got lesbos and gay boys aplenty. We've got trannies and even some whores. You want to talk sex toys? I got 20. But who cares? No big deal. I want more. Look at my girl, beauty untold. How many treasures can one girl's heart hold? With her on my arm, yeah, you'd say, Sonny, you've got everything. But I want to be like the breeders are. That's what we call you guys. Did you know that? Or I can use the word straight folk if you like. I want to be like the straight folk are. Look at them, see. Can't you see them dancing? Walking around with those, what do you call them again? Oh, yeah. Rights. Civil unions, they don't get you far. What do you do about Social Security and taxes? When do you think we could have our very own equal rights? I want to stand, I want to fight, I want to make my fiancé my wife. Equality. Someday you'll see. Part of my world. Sonne Shields, thank you.
Sonne Shields. I have learned so much more from that last 10 minutes than I ever did in like health class in high school. Or Girl Scout camp, or wherever else people are talking about that. I can't tell you. I want a box of my own. Let's say that. All right, we're almost towards the end, you guys. We're gonna bring up another man. He's originally from Montana, but he is a regular at the Bovine in downtown Denver. You can see him on BrandonElwellComedy.com. Find him on Facebook. Find him on Twitter. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brandon Elwell.
All right, I want you all to just relax, join me, and let your guts go for a second. That's right. Let it all go. You know, I hate the perception that fat people are lazy. It's not that I'm not lazy, I just hate the perception. And you know, for me, being this size is really tough on my social life because right now my best friends are Netflix and Hulu. YouTube kind of tags along, but they get to be more of a third wheel, showing all those cat videos. But for me, when I go out, you know, I look around and I go, listen, ladies, I am not just eye candy for you to just view. My eyes are up here, they're not down here. And for me, when I tried to expand my social network, I tried online dating. That is my kind of dating. Instead of standing across the table and sitting there and listening to lies and trying to impress each other back and forth, I can get all of it in one paragraph. That's efficiency, people. And I have some things. When you post your online photos, don't post them with a friend. Because the whole time we're looking at that going like, please be the hot one, please be the hot one, please be the hot one. Damn it. Never works. And by the way, don't post group photos because that way we're just playing Russian roulette. I'm just hoping you're not the dude. And how many of you guys have heard of Tinder? Heard of this one? This is the one where everybody brings up their photo, and if you like them, you swipe right, and if you like them, and if you don't like them, you swipe left. Like, don't like. What I like to call that is rapid fire rejection. Right? Because when you swipe right, if you match with somebody, you get to start a chat, and then you get to interact. But if nothing else, just move on to the next picture. After the first 5, you're like, okay, I could get into this. After the first 30, this shit's rigged. After the first 50, after 50 in a row with no matches, I'm gonna die alone. And I had to change my diet recently because I was having such this impact, trying to lose a little bit of weight. I've actually lost 60 pounds. I do it for the cheap pops, thank you. But doing that because when I was eating before, I would have these whole pizzas and I would eat them back. My weekends would look like I had high-carb graveyard stacked all around me. It would look like a really bad archaeological dig. Over here, we have the Supreme. Over here, cheese. And if you look further over there, the ever-so-rare veggie lovers. And soda was terrible. Well, dude, when I was drinking soda, it was so bad I would get a 2-liter of pop, put a brown bag over it so everybody else would think it's liquor. And my idea of binging was a night at home alone with Netflix and a case of Mountain Dew. And I hate how Mountain Dew is advertised. You see everybody like running and jumping and, you know, they're slam dunking. The only thing I've slam dunked since being on Mountain Dew has been a donut. But I'll tell you this much. When I go to a Krispy Kreme, I got game. I'll go with finger roll. And I will always go for 3. Glazed, chocolate, and cream filled. Now, when I'm trying to lose weight, my mind and my body are constantly at odds. It's like they're married. Although it is my most successful relationship to date. Right swipe. There's something just, and I would break up with me, but there's just something about me. I just get me. And while I'm doing this, I'm actually working out as well. And I'm sure you could tell exactly what I've been doing to work out. That's right. It's yoga. And I know what you guys are thinking, but I look fantastic in yoga pants. And you've all just visualized that right now? And for that, you're welcome. And finding a pair of yoga pants is tough for me. Not nearly as tough as it is for the salespeople. Is it unusual when you go back into Dick's Sporting Goods for everybody to go on lunch at the same time? But you know, my biggest fear is that I'm going to lose all this weight and still have a fat personality. Do you guys think it's possible for a soul to be big boned? Because at that point, it's kind of hard for me to say, yeah, I'm sorry, my personality's got a glandular condition. Well, thank you very much. That's all my time.
Professional. I'm so sorry. Brandon Atwell, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. I'm sorry. The host, Eugene, distracted me. All right, we've got one more for you guys. Are you guys ready for your final comic for the evening? He is a self-employed artist. He's also a regular at the Bovine, and he told me that he enjoys long walks in the rain. Is that correct, sir? In the rain, hurricane. I don't remember. I wasn't really listening. Go ahead and give it up for Mr. Jeff Cohn.
Hi. How you guys doing? Good. Well, I'm very relaxed tonight. I just had a bidet installed. It's a little gross, but they're so great. It's like getting a massage for your soul. Recently hit a big milestone in my life. I lost 130 pounds. Thank you. Yeah. And people always ask me what motivated such a huge change in my life. 2 words, autofellatio. I still can't reach, so I'm starting yoga on Monday. So I am a self-employed artist, and that throws a lot of people, because I don't look like I just got back from Burning Man. I look like I just finished a shift at Circuit City. But I do fit the artistic stereotype. I'm very moody. And, you know, when I'm angry, I really enjoy being angry. You know what I mean? I don't want a happy mood to come along and fuck it up. It's like I'm listening to Slayer, and then someone switches the channel to Seal. And, you know, as an artist, I tend to be very judgmental. I have an artist friend that does these great paintings, but they're these smiling dinosaurs. And they just offend my inner rage, you know. I just want to buy one so I can take it home and draw an angry eyebrow on it. Yeah. So, yeah, anyway. I'm watching TV the other day, and this preacher comes on, and he says that masturbation is self-abuse. Not the way I do it. I find it quite pleasurable. You know what's abusive? Your mullet. You make Jesus sad. And I tend to be very self-absorbed, and I love to dominate conversations, even when I'm talking to God. I'm running through my list, you know, hot girlfriend, more money, the red fire truck that I want for Christmas. And he says, hey, what about those starving kids in the Sudan? I'm like, don't interrupt me. It's nice to know that I can't even accept input from my higher power. So, ladies, you don't stand a chance. Sorry. So I also tend to be very paranoid. Whenever I walk past a group of people speaking a different language, I just assume they're talking about me. After 5 years of taking Spanish, it turns out, yes, they're talking about me. And it turns out that cabrón does not mean, ooh, nice ass. So, the other day I'm having lunch with an old friend from the church I used to go to, and I'm telling him how much I'm enjoying being a self-employed artist, living the dream. And he says, well, that's all well and good, but it's not like you're winning souls for Jesus. Thanks, that's very validating, you know. I was already dealing with I'm not curing cancer, but at least my doctor friends aren't hassling me, you know. Maybe I should get one of those bracelets that says WW. Now I have to. I forgot what. WWJP. Who would Jesus paint? Or who would Jesus punch? In his case. Okay. So. Recently heard this pastor say to his church, I know times are tough financially, but if you're not willing to tithe, then you're not a Christian. I wonder if that would work in dating. I know that you wanted to have a nice romantic evening, but if you're not willing to put out, you're a bad person. So I'm trying to embrace my inner asshole. It's very important, So I'm at this party, and it's really loud, really crowded. I start to get a migraine. And so I go outside to just try to get some peace and quiet. This weird, creepy guy follows me out, and he's like, hey, man, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I just need some space. Oh, did I do something to offend you? No, back off, man. Well, can I help in some way? Yeah, fuck off. And he has this hurt look on his face like a wounded deer. And I felt so satisfied. So I used to seek fulfillment from going to church. But I grew up Pentecostal, so God sounded a little bit crazy, very angry, and always disappointed in me. So I turned to women, and they sounded a little bit crazy, very angry, and always disappointed in me. So recently I went on christianmingle.com. And their whole premise is that you let God choose who's best for you. That makes me a little nervous, mostly because I don't trust him to choose someone hot. And it sucks because God loves everyone. I don't. I'm more selective than God Almighty. And I'm not a Mormon, but I'd like to think that their God would have a wider selection for me. And according to the Book of Mormon, if you're a woman, you can't even get into heaven unless your husband remembers your name. Whew, that's a lot of pressure. I have trouble remembering one girl's name. People always hassle Jehovah's Witnesses when they come to the door, and I think that's ineffective. What I want to do is invite them in, let them convert me, work my way up in the organization, and then bring it down from the inside. It'll probably backfire because they'll offer me Kool-Aid and a hug, and I'll be hooked. That's how I got into Mary Kay, actually. So, I've been frustrated with the whole online dating thing, so finally I stumble upon FilipinoBrides.com. I'm looking around and I'm like, screw it. It's just way too much commitment. Because you got to raise them until they can graduate high school, and it sucks. Okay, guys, that's my time. Thanks a lot. You've been great.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time. Well, that is our Friday night showcase at Ari's Tavern. Give it up for all of the comedians that you saw tonight. Give it up for your staff once again, Melissa, Mike, and Joelle. So stick around, you guys. Have some drinks. Don't drink and drive, so hang out if you need to. And everybody have a great weekend. Thank you so much. My name's Nicole. Oh, I love you. You're welcome.